I'm looking for execs running massive projects. Snowy Hydro, I want a piece of that. First movie I ever went to as a kid, I can remember it very, very vividly in Ipswich. A man from Snowy River. Always wanted to go there, always wanted to see it. It's an iconic project for Australia and I want to be part of it. I'm going to make a massive difference on it. All right, Saturday night, and you've got better things to be doing than watching our mate Bernie, as much as I love you watching these videos, talk about projects, how we improve them. If you've got a question too, that's my WhatsApp up in that corner there. You'll work it out. Scan the QR code, flip me a message when you're ready to do this. Okay, the key thing from this week is the fact that I am on day 83 of 90 in the ORCA process. And I'll tell you why right now. There's two types of people that will walk you through what I've been walking you through. One is they know the how. They got how up the wazoo. You got a Snowy Hydro project, you got 4,500 people on there, okay? How to do things is not a problem. Everyone knows how to do it. Who can actually deliver on the how under pressure? That's the difference. Okay? If you want someone to do what I'm talking about, this 90-day reset inside, we're not talking the whole project, we're talking a small section of it. Go back to the previous videos if you want to see how we said we're going to do it, or if you want me to just show you on the who, just reach out. There's an easy way to work. You need a who to be able to do that. A who needs a particular skill set that I spoke about. I'm going to tell you what they are again right now. They need to be able to plan and prioritise. When I'm not talking about plan and prioritise, I'm not talking about to-do lists or being organised or they're methodical. There's a skill set that they need. They need to know about tact. That's a must. They need to know the ORCA process that I use in here, and they need to know how to plan with Flex. Flex is a lightweight, quick, fast planning. So we're not spending all day planning and not getting something done. They need to understand theory of constraint. They don't understand what that is. They're going to actually focus their efforts on the wrong things, and you're never going to achieve a turnaround inside 90 days. They need to understand lean, not the usual lean, Six Sigma and all the rest of it. They need to understand lean made simple so that the people out in the field can do it. And they need to understand Jason Schroeder's last planner system. Second thing that they need to be able to do, they need to be able to do social media. They need to be able to do social media with extreme confidence. They need to be able to go live every day, some way across your project. They need to be delivering the message, the operations and intelligence meetings we spoke to, delivering that live. They need to learn how to use visuals to quickly and easily get complex ideas across to people very simply, and they need to be able to tell a story. You'll notice one of the videos that I'll start with, I'll tell the story about the man from Snowy River. It was actually the first video that I saw at the cinemas. Okay? Culture. We're not talking about people sitting in head office, 4,000 kilometres from the project, pushing out, you need to go and read this out of pre-start tomorrow because this is our culture, or these are our values that are on the website that no one ever reads and no one knows what the hell they are. To drive culture, they need to be relentless. Day 83 of 90. They need to do this every day. They need to get to the gemba where the work's actually happening. See what the problems are. Let's start eliminating. And they need to be able to simplify the complex. You cannot scale complexity. There's an easy way to work out if you have a right who. A who, a how, will tell you all about it. They'll tell you we could do this. They'll tell you all about lean. They'll tell you about all these processes. Then you say, where'd you do it? They haven't. Because they're waiting for permission to take the knowledge that they've got and actually execute on it. Their language is always, we could, I know. You should see what they're doing at. A who has done it. Been there and done it. Where'd you use that? Where did that actually work? I'm going to show you examples where it worked. I'll show you we did it at Billawilla. I've done it we did it on when I was on the project in what was called Camalco Alumina Refinery. I've been doing it on projects year after year. Did a run shutdown over in the West, in WA, purely off Scrum. No schedule, no nothing else. Did it off the whiteboard and sticky notes and delivered it early. The test, the $1 million question, ask them. All right, you say you're the who that can help me do this. I want you to go live across the project, run an ORCA session every day for 90 days in a row. No missed days. Every day, I want you to do it. All of a sudden, there'll be 100 excuses come out. Oh, you don't really need to do that. I don't think we need to do it. You do need to do it. This is the way it works. This is the quickest way that it works. This is the way that you go from lowest probability and the slowest, where 70% of change management fails, to the highest probability and the fastest way of making it actually happen. Enough. Reach out if you think I might be the who that can help you get the how done. Right, as I said, Saturday night, I'm going to keep it short, sharp. Should have thrown the question up, which is the $1 million question. Why does this keep changing size? That is the $1 million question for me. Quick one, before we switch off. If cadence keeps breaking down by midweek, ask a damn GPT not to use the word cadence. But anyway, cadence keeps breaking down by midweek. Tomorrow's session will make it obvious why. 10, 15 a.m, be there. I haven't actually set the session yet, but if you want the link to it, just DM me Sunday's session, because what I'm going to now introduce is on the Sundays, I'm going to do this. Come on, quiz me. I don't understand this bit that you're talking to on Monday. I don't understand what you're talking about on Tuesday. This how versus who thing. What does that work? How does that work? I want the skeptics to come on and say, we don't believe this will work, and we believe this will be the problem. Put me under the pump. Put me under pressure. Give me a problem that you're facing on your project no one's been able to solve. We'll do it live. Who, not how. Okay. Righto, let's do an ORCA. Give it the business. Is this what we got here? ORCA wingman, handover. So this will only be a short one today, obviously. My God, what is this doing? Okay, it is Saturday, the 14th of February 2026, Valentine's Day. We are on day 83 of 90. This is a new shift. This is what I'll be doing with your team every single day. We'll be running this process. We'll be using AI like this, and we will be building this loop where we teach them to see waste and flow, which is a vital reason for being able to do social media with extreme competence, getting them to stop and fix things out in the field with the ORCA process, a debrief, capturing lessons learned, photos and videos. Again, this is why we need this social media part here, and the visuals and the storytelling. Then we share it laterally across the project via a platform called School. New shift. Yes, this is a home ORCA, O-R-C-A. Reason I spell it, because every time I don't, it creates some weird way of spelling ORCA. But as soon as I spell it out, I know whether it's because I enunciate better or whether it just picks up what I'm doing better, but it works. Daily live is currently in process. Come on. Come on. Fat thumbs today. Before you switch off, if you want to know what shit's breaking, by Monday, tomorrow, we'll run through that. Was a moment today where you're at risk of not going live. Not so much that I was at risk, but what happened is, because it's a Saturday, I went to the gym in the morning and then went out. It was Valentine's Day, so I went out and had breakfast with my wife and come home, watched the telly, did a few things. If there was ever a chance, if I was in a higher probability of missing, it would have been today, because I didn't do the live early in the morning. I left it till later in the day when my energy is low. We'll just put that in there as a stopgap, that question, to go, because I don't want to get to, I'm on day 83 now. This is the point where I don't want to miss. I want to make sure I hit the 90 in a row. Logged, in progress, full kit, verified, revenue driving action, weekend appropriate, ORCA run. No risk condition today, live delayed, energy lower, social days. This is a timing drift variable, not motivation drift. We'll address the cause once the status is confirmed. Full kit was done. The revenue driving action is I spent time with the GPT repositioning our offer. We decided that this here, that 5K is the base. That's our, what we call it, the floor, as Ben Hardy calls it. So we're repositioning a couple of offers there, which will be ones for the exec teams and then ones for the site teams, but they'll both come under that price point of 5K. And the ORCA was run. Yes, we're running the ORCA right now. Pre-step. Day live in progress. Task 1. Verify full kit was done. State the results you make inevitable. Yes, we've done that during the live, and run the daily live. 3 from. I cut myself off there before. He's probably going to come back and ask me whether I did it. State 1 objective today. Today's 1 objective was to reposition the 5K offers, which have been done. Results. Yes, the objective was achieved. Why is this doing this? That's because the internet's slow. I did something weird before and it told me I'd reach my upload of 10 minutes of, what do you call it? Voice transcription. I don't have a 10-minute limit. I do 10 minutes every 10 minutes. Behaviours, it's automatic now. It's like putting a seatbelt on. Going live every day. I just get up and realise that's got to be done. It's my priority. It is the primary objective every day, is to hit it. We've also I've been doing work with the wingman looking at my watch minutes and how we increase those, we've got some really interesting data around that, how my reach is, not just my reach is trending, but how the watch minutes are currently trending. The watch minutes, and I'll give you a red hot tip for your social media. Likes, comments, reposts, shares are all vanity metrics. 2 things that I count, and I had both this week. Watch minutes, how long are people actually sitting on and paying attention for? Because that tells me, is my content good? Am I reaching the right people? Am I holding their interest? That's number 1. Number 2 is, does the phone ring? One of the lads off site called me this week. I was just flew into site and I was watching your one about CC emails. Reached out, haven't spoke to him for ages. Can I make the phone ring? Can I make him sit there and watch the video? They're the 2 metrics, they're the only 2. Someone throws some balloons up there, I don't know how they do it, but it's pretty cool, love it. Spoke long enough. Got a little bit carried away then. And I've given him a whole conversation I was talking to you guys about that he's not really going to want to know about. Behaviours, day live, automatic, tracked, watch minutes. What I can do now with all this, when it goes back and tracks these causes and stuff, when I get to 90, which will hit this time next week, next Saturday, I'm going to go back and through and say, all right, go back and filter everything that we spoke to now and show me the patterns. What patterns are emerging? What behaviours am I showing? What's strong? What's weak? What do I need to prove? What do I need to improve? What do I need to watch? Decisions. Prioritise watch time and phone ringing over vanity metrics. Constraints removed. Chasing lights, comments, unclear, value signal. That's noise. Talk about the difference between signals and noise. Watch time. People picking up the phone, people messaging are signals. Likes, comments, shares, that's noise. Wingman used for offer repositioning and analytics review. Calendar branch confirmation. Tomorrow is Sunday, so it's a weekend. And we're just about done. We're going to go and do one other little YouTube live video that I've been doing, which was just it's called Same Shit, Different Day. Just a little test. You can watch it on my YouTube channel if you want to go across them. There's a little playlist there. Sunday, weekend mode, light 84 and 90. We're not 84 and 90 yet, we're 83. Verify full kit. Why have you put 84 and 90? I'm sure I didn't say that. I'm sure I said day 83 and 90. Tomorrow's action, so I should have made that explicit to avoid confusion. Yep. Cool. Can you put the actions, the task list down the bottom, please? That's supposed to do that every single time. Every single time. If I ask you a question and you finish it, close it off, and you haven't asked about the visual reflection loop. So you've gone off course twice. You've gone on choose your own adventure twice here now. Keep retraining this thing till we get a better and better and better result out of it. Did not complete the full sequence before closing. I did not leave the task block cleanly at the bottom immediately after deviation. This is drift logged. We reset clean. Daily execution index. Daily execution index was 3 from 3. No bundling, no adventure pass. Some mate of mine calls it choose your own adventure. We're trying to get people focus. You go and watch Christian Burkos. He put some videos up on this week as well, talking about your number one thing that you got to do is create focus. That is what we're doing with this every single day. Reset attention, do the day. Reset attention, do the day. Reset attention, do the day. Over and over and over again. No visual reflection loop today. We did a good one yesterday. Sequence complete. Tomorrow, 84 from 90. Verify full kit. State the results you make inevitable. I do not deliver effort. I deliver results. I want to tweak that up while we're here. I was just thinking about this today while I was out. I don't deliver effort. I deliver results. I want to change that word effort. I think there's a better word. I think that's giving people the wrong context. What we're trying to it's got to be more around I eliminate busyness and deliver results. But it still needs to say the same thing. Can you change that up? Probably give this to a couple other. You're not anti-effort, you're anti-waste, you're anti-busy work. Let's tighten it properly. Here's some stronger versions. I eliminate busyness and I deliver results. Simple, direct, clear. I eliminate noise and deliver results. Like that. Eliminate waste and deliver results. Don't optimize activity, I deliver outcomes. Ooh, I like that. I really like number 4. Let's use that for now. I'm actually going to, can you drop that out, that little conversation that we just had in a prompt, okay? Because I'm going to give that across to my GPT that does my copywriting for me. Just explain the thinking behind why we changed it and what we changed it to. And I'm going to then ask that GPT what their thoughts are on that. Do this as a little extra. Drop the task down the bottom again, please. I need to do some work on this GPT and tweak it up. When we get to day 90, I'm going to get rid of it. We'll pull some data out of it. We'll get some patterns and get some ideas out of it. But I'll go across and I'll start training another one. Everyone's telling me to get across to Claude, which is where I'm heading at the moment. I just haven't had the time, and it's not that I haven't had the time. It's not my priority at the moment. My primary objective at the moment is the clients that I need. So let's go back to Amox had a bit of an epiphany today, and that quote that we've got, I don't deliver effort, I deliver results. I think that's sending the wrong signal because of the I don't deliver effort. There's a lot of effort in what I do. I just had a chat with the ORCA wingman about it, and he's dropped out a prompt. We have a look at it and give me some feedback on our thinking behind it and what we've come up with instead. And transcribe that. Paste the other prompt in. Let's see what it comes up with. Good epiphany. This is exactly the right thing to be questioning. Let's value this like an operator, not a copywriter. Was this line originally dangerous? I don't deliver. Yes, instinct is correct. That line sounds punchy, but it carries two hidden risks. Problem A, psychological friction. Serious operator respect effort. Large project leaders live inside effort grind pressure. So subconsciously the line can trigger. Easy to say, nothing works without effort. Consultant slogan cute but unrealistic, even if they agree with your philosophy. Problem B, misclarification risk. You're positioning as high accountability, boots on the ground, execution partner, not a guru, not a theorist. I don't deliver effort can accidentally signal detached strategist, result magician mythology, any hard work undertone, which is absolutely not your brand. So yes, this discomfort you felt is legitimate. Does a new line fix the problem? I don't optimize activity, I deliver outcomes. Short answer, yes, structurally much stronger. Why this works better? Attacks the real enemy, keeps respect for effort, sounds executive, not motivational, can be easily argued against. Not operator believes activity equals progress. That's lived truth. There is also a status upgrade embedded in the wording, effort to personal trait, activity, operational behavior, outcome to executive responsibility. That's a subtle but very powerful shift. You've moved from worth ethic language, decision maker language. Very good move. Is it sharp enough for high-end offers? Yes, but we can tighten authority. Right now the line is good, but high-end positioning benefits. Inevitably energy, not just contrast. Your current version still sounds slightly like a philosophy statement. We can make it sound like a constraint diagnosis. Stronger variations. Cold, executive, very lethal. I don't optimize activity, I optimize outcomes. I like that. Most delivery sounds like operator doctrine, feels mathematical, inevitable, extremely hard to challenge, very snowy hydro, safe. Brutally beanie. Activity is noise, outcomes are the job. Ooh, I like that. This is pure authority tone. Memorable sounds like sight truth, zero consultant energy, very sticky line. Constraint aware, framing, very you. More activity rarely fixes a project, but better outcomes do. Yeah. That's a bit soft for me. My favourite for your brand. I don't optimise motion, I optimise progress. This one is exceptionally aligned with your worldview. Kill busy work. Signal system thinking feels operational. Execs love the word progress. strategic verdict. You're not reframing effort. This is exactly the correct philosophy. So your shift improves alignment. Final operator recommendations. Keep the structure or best fit. I don't optimize activity, I optimize outcomes. Activity is noise. I'm going to see you and raise you here. I reckon between 2 and 4 you have nailed this. Activity is noise. Progress is the job. Making progress is the job. Or a variation of that. What do you got? You just moved in a very high-grade positioning territory with our phrasing. This is exactly your voice, simple, sharp, and feels like sight truth, not copywriting. Let's refine it properly. Your instinct is excellent because you accidentally landed on a deeper operator nerve. This is where you use this thing as a strategic thought partner. If I can tell you one thing about AI, it's this. Stop using it to try and create speed. All you'll do is increase the volume of this 90% non-value added activity. Use AI to increase quality, the 10% value added activity. This is a value added activity. This is slowing it down. Daniel Kahneman thinks about this, thinking fast and slow. We're only talking about one sentence here. We've just spent all this time, but getting this right might mean the difference between someone picking the phone up, someone sending a DM, or someone not. Everyone on a struggling project feels busy. Very few feel genuine progress. Attention is gold. Core structure you found very strong. Activity equals noise. Progress is the job. That's a killer constraint frame. Contrast frame. But the magic is in cadence and weight of the words. Noise is good. Progress is excellent. The job is very strong language for your audience. Operator grade variations, all on brand. Activity is noise, progress is the job. Cleanest, deadliest, very quotable. 2, slightly more force, very beanie. Being busy isn't a job, progress is. Nah. Projects don't fail from lack of activity, they fail from lack of progress. Ooh, that's damn close to the mark. Making progress is the job. Activity is just a background noise, which sounds exactly like you're on a whiteboard. Does too. Cold executive, very snowy hydro. Progress is a job. Activity is optional. This one's icy and powerful. Strategic read. Why this line so strong? You shifted from outcomes language to progress language. Execs can argue about outcomes. They cannot argue about progress. Everyone knows when progress isn't happening. That makes this framing extremely persuasive without sounding salesy. My operator recommendation for you is activity is noise, progress is a job. Yeah, I reckon too. For lives, spoken delivery videos, making progress is a job, activity is just background noise. These two together are very, very strong anchors. If you want the next high leverage move is weaponize this into LinkedIn headline, webinar hook, reset offer spine. Okay, yep, we're going to do all of that. Right, what we just did, if you didn't notice, plan and prioritize. Do social media with extreme competence and build the culture or the brand that we're building here. We're also creating new and better offers, improving my USP, repositioning my message and positioning, executing bolt from the blue, brilliant ideas. Selling to high value customers and groups. All 10K per hour tasks. Don't have a copy of the book, A20 Sales and Marketing by Perry Marshall, Definitive Guide to Doing Less and Making More, something like that. Get a copy. I don't care whether you work in construction, it's just as relevant to construction as any other industry. All right, take that, use that, made a great week, and watch where that starts coming out in my content next week. Speak soon. If you're not moving as quick as you want, this video is for you.